Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back to another round of street vlogging. We are going to be discussing issues that matters in our homeland and how we can actually deal with it and deal with it very good. We are on a journey to make our homeland one of the best, and for us to do that, we need to look at the critical issues. So, and it's very important, because if we don't, we run the risk of getting our homeland backwards, and that's not good enough for us. So before we start our discussion, remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. What are we talking about? Many people are talking about the Oso Soludo. Oso Soludo have been trending everywhere, and a lot of cities and states around Anambra State are becoming concerned because of the influence of the bad guys and bad people into their areas. And these are raising a lot of high blows in Asaba, in Imo State, where some of those bad guys were coming from originally. They are being sent back to sender. A lot are being driven back to Enugu. Some of them were coming initially from Enugu. And a lot are moving towards the Kogi area. Some are moving to other localities around. And these are raising the temperature in those areas. And there are a lot of meetings that are being called. The trending issue now is the Oso Soludo. So for those who might want to know what we are talking, recently the Anambra State government, under the Professor Charles Soludo, after many years of criticism about his performance in security matters, after his performance in security matters that was people described as very, very poor, and a lot of people lost their lives through those ravaging evil men and women, and a lot of other things, abductions and other things. So decided to wake up, to launch what was described as Operation Udachi. That's Operation Peace Must Reign. Operation Peace Must Reign. And they repeal the vigilante or state laws and introduce a new law that is called Homeland Security. And the vigilante services of Anambra State was renamed to Agune Chamber. That's the lion that look after the nation. So, and since that time, they mobilized their ineffective police and other security people under their watch. All those atrocities was happening. The DSS that seems to be only hard on the papers, and the military formation, even in Onitsha, where their areas were littered with crime along the army barracks, all the roads on that place become notorious, in spite that the military has their camp there. Many of the police area, crime was ravaging everywhere. And the commissioners sent there was basically doesn't bother. And most of these police were not motivated to work. And IG was not concerned. The president of the nation, which has the overall security, this thing, doesn't even concern itself about what is happening. So many people were blaming the governor because they think it's the governor that is not doing his own part. But actually, the 98% of the blame goes to the federal government because they are the one controlling the security. The governor doesn't. So, but Soludo decided to launch this operation. And within few days of launching this, the criminals that were initially acting like laws become scared. Because what happened is that the government introduced a system of betrayal. So in their ranks, they were like united before against the people, against the economy of the state, ravaging and taking a lot of places. This time around, the government now matched them dollar for dollar, and pounds for pounds, and naira for naira. And they cannot withstand, because why insecurity reign in a place is when the government doesn't want to do their job. So that's what really happened. And since that time, many of the so-called charlatans practicing okite and those that are practicing dibias, lots of fake people that we are basically encouraging crime by telling the people that you can have a magical wealth. You can have a magical wealth. Find out that the place is not attainable for them anymore because the game has changed. So many of them, we are being found out that they were basically places. They were having places where human life were being mesmerized. So this thing, actually, many people were shocked at the level of crime that have been perpetrated. These remember, these are not only going on in Anambra State. These are part of the menace that are ravaging most of Nigerian states, which are being swept under the carpet by the politicians who doesn't care about the welfare of the people. They are basically sharing the resources of the country among themselves and talking about the next election without actually caring for the people. So now, what happened is that suddenly, around the Oba, Aziz, that was the place for all those so-called Yahoo people, young boys that are involved in kidnapping, and they call themselves Yahoo and all those things. They were, and some other areas they call themselves cultists, but those people are involved. They're involved in dangerous art of Ingumili and Ibumado. Na Ibunde Mado. So some of them were also involved in this so-called sit-at-home, causing the destruction of businesses and business activities and school activities in the state. So a lot of them were now being pursued. So some of them were thinking it would be business as usual, that Soludo doesn't mean it, that we are not going anywhere. Even some of them threatening to unleash mayhem. But to their surprise, a lot of them were actually taken, and others noticed that the game had changed. And on the last count, hundreds of them moved into Asaba, and a lot of them moving into Asaba created a lot of difficulties in Asaba, because suddenly the Asaba that was some of them actually operate from Asaba into Anambra State before. They have their branch from there. So now they have to move into that place because they think, oh, it's better. And a lot move into Enugu. You know, because in Enugu as well, the government hasn't got anything to stop them. Although they say they mounted CCTV camera, but all those Yahoo boys are roaming about there as well. So that's how it started. And what was the game changer is basically that they also Soludo was not only Soludo itself, but many people now become chasers of criminals, because there is a reward system that will encourage you not to keep silent anymore. So people are now start looking at their neighbors, which they don't look at before. And the law, Homeland Security law, also mandated the landlords and people around to make sure that they are, whoever that is living in the environment they have to know what is happening. So, and all those communities and villages that, in the past left all those criminals to be operating in their forest, started rising to the occasion, because if you do not do that, the government will once find out that there is a camp there, will take over the whole land. And people were scared of losing their inheritance. So that's why everybody started acting. And this make the Anambra very hot for criminals. So those people snatching phones were being caught every day. And every day they were being caught, and a lot of them. And because also this involved banning Mpulummili, so many of the communities started announcing, if you are caught taking Mpulummili, that they will take you. And once the government takes you, 6 years imprisonment with 25 million fine. So these are things that have created this also Soludo. So people started singing, and people started the comedians started making a fun and started showing all those DBRs, Afars, and all those fake Yaro boys where they are running and all those things. And this has created a big of revolution. And this is what also Soludo is doing. It's like a revolution happening. So that's what we are talking about, that if the government want to do the right thing, they can. But the problem is that they don't want to do the right thing most of the time. That's why people are suffering. So this also, Soludo, how have you seen that? Do you think it will be sustained, or just for initial graga or initial noise, and after that it will die down? Do you think it will continue for a long time? If you think so, go to the comment section and drop your opinion, and that we will have we will continue this discussion in the comment section. So thank you very much for always joining us. Thank you for always being part of this success story, the wonderful family. And I must thank you once again for always joining us, and have a wonderful time wherever you are. Remember to share, like, and comment. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye.